time here, go ahead and bring yourself to the far end of your chair and let those arms drop down. Notice where your shoulders are. Do they feel like they're level and even? Do you feel like your shoulders are positioned over your hips? Take a look down quickly, and are your feet about hip width apart? And then you're going to begin to move your breath. And then we're going to get those shoulders moving. Lift the shoulders, pull your shoulder blades down and back, and then up and forward again. Just kind of notice what you feel through those shoulders. We're going to let the shoulders come to level, and then we're going to let our arms lift up to about shoulder level, turn our palms upward, and then open up. And then close those arms with your palms down. Ready? Palms up, open up. And palms down, close those arms. Now you might notice that your body might want to breathe right here. So go ahead, inhale as you open. And exhale, down with those palms and pull those arms together. Let's do two more. Ready? Inhale. And exhale. Good. One more. Palms up. Inhale, open. And exhale, those arms close. Let those arms drop down and back now. As you continue, just feel what's going on through those shoulders. What do you feel on the front side? What do you feel on the back side? We're going to add a little more movement. Before we do that, just stay focused on your breath. Here we go. Now we're going to, as we bring those arms back, we're going to look at one hand as it reaches back. Here we go, forward to about shoulder level, and then sweep down and back with those arms, turning and looking at the other hand. Slowly, deliberately, paying attention to what we feel in our shoulders and our neck now. And we're going to stop if we feel any kind of pinching, pain, or any sharp pain. If you feel like it's a struggle to bring your arms behind you and turn and look at that hand or that arm, that's good. But it shouldn't be painful or uncomfortable, all right? So we're going to finish up with those shoulder movements. We're going to bring our hands to rest on our thighs, and we're going to reconnect with our breath. A lot of times when we're listening to instructions or we're learning new movement patterns, it's normal to hold our breath, but it's not good to hold our breath. So I will occasionally remind us to focus on our breath. Plus, it helps me to keep breathing too, because sometimes I'll just blah, blah, and keep rambling on. So we're going to turn our attention now to the next level of our body. We started with our shoulders. We're going to bring it down to the midsection of our body. And we're going to let those arms hang out at the side, shake them out, and then you're going to lift them to about shoulder level, and then palms up, and we're going to turn and look at one hand or the other. And then with your arms here, you're going to twist, 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 gently and slowly, bringing those arms one forward and one backward. But it's all one unit. So we're twisting and turning from our trunk. Find that breath. You might notice that your body might want to breathe as you rotate through front and center. Inhaling and exhaling as you turn and twist. Inhale as you move through front and center. Exhale as you turn and twist with your eyeballs. You're looking at that head, the palm, and you're turning and looking. Using those eyeballs will help you to increase a little extra range of motion. Last one, let those arms come down. Hands rest on those thighs. Now we're going to scooch it all the way back, all the way into the back of your chair. But we're going to keep our weight forward on our hips. We're not going to allow our back and our trunk to rest on the backrest. Just keep your shoulders stacked over those hips. So next level, we're going to jump down to those hips and those knees. So we're going to bring our right leg up, lift the foot up and flex those toes towards your knee, and then drop that leg back down. Left side, here we go. You might want to notice that your breath can be inhale as you lift the leg up and exhale as you go down. But don't spend a lot of time worrying about, am I breathing right in or out at the right time? As long as you're moving your breath, that's what's most important. Keeping that breath freely moving. All right, we're going to add on here. I'm going to bring that right leg up, and then you're going to circle that ankle around slowly and deliberately, 5 or 6 times in one direction and then the other direction. And then we're going to drop that leg down. Other leg, lift that lower leg up and rotate from that ankle. And rotate the other direction. Let that foot come down. Let's scooch it to the very farthest edge of that chair. We're going to do something called a 3-joint rotation. So we're going to let our right leg go about halfway forward with a flexed ankle and a flexed knee. And we're going to start at the foot, and we're going to allow the foot and the knee and the thigh to move as one unit. As you get that leg moving, you can add the arm. It's kind of following the same pattern. 3-joint rotation through the leg joints and the arm joints. Here we go. Let's go the other direction. Find your breath. Good. Let's do 2 more. And feeling what you feel in through the leg and the arm. Now, same thing, other side. That leg goes about halfway forward with a flex at your ankle and your knee. Then you're going to start with a ankle rotation. Let the knee follow along, and then let that hip, let that thigh kind of move in and out. Add that arm that goes with that leg. Now, what you're looking for on this side, does this side feel about the same as the other side, or is this side a little more flexible, or is this side, does it have a little more room for movement? I just changed directions, so go ahead and change directions. And then we're going to finish up with that. Let that foot come back into position, and let's move it. Scooch it back and scooch it forward. As you do, let your arms change direction. Imagine that you might be, I don't know, maybe in the pool and you're pushing water forward and backward as you're scooching forward and backward. And hopefully you're feeling how we're getting all those body parts moving, just like we did in our warm-up. And then hopefully you feel a little more flexibility, a little more warmth through those shoulder and hip and leg joints. All right, so at about 15 minutes into class, I like to pause for a little water break. So I hope you have some water or something to sip on nearby. Let's take a little water break. Also gives our body some integration time after that first set of exercises. All right. So next, we're going to bring it into a standing position. For those of you who would feel a little bit safer to stay seated, you can stay seated and follow along best you can. And Otherwise, let's go ahead, stand it up, and we're going to move to the back of our chair. Just be careful of how you're navigating around your chair. Make sure you pay attention to where the legs are and make sure that your space around your chair is free of any clutter or anything that could trip you up. We're going to start with a little march. You can hold on to the back of your chair or not. So we're just going to get a little more blood pumping through the body. Check in with that breath. Move that breath. All right, we're going to bring those feet to a steady position, maybe a little bit wider than hip width apart. You're going to turn your toes slightly outward. Feel your heels and feel the balls of your feet on the floor. You can hold on or not. And you're going to shift your weight from side to side, letting your knees gently bend. There's an echo in here. All right. Now we're going to add on with a little arm reach. You're going to bend one knee and reach out to the side. Bend and reach out to the side. If it feels you need to take a wider stance, go ahead, or a more narrow stance, go ahead. But do what feels best for your body. And remember, if you have any discomfort, especially in your knees, make adjustments so that as you do the exercise, it feels comfortable. All right. Now we're going to let both arms do more of a floating. And what you can do is peel your toes off the floor, keeping just your heels on the floor. I hope that makes sense as it's coming out of my mouth. There you go, focus on that breath. We're going to let those arms come to the back of our chair. And with your feet, you're going to heel, toe, those feet together. And then heel, toe, those feet apart, or those legs apart. And then continue holding on to your chair, heel, toe. We can feel how those hips are working. We can feel all the muscles of our feet and our lower legs working. And stop when you bring those legs back to fairly narrow stance. Next, we're going to take a half a step forward with one leg and a large step back with the other leg. We're in an offset position. We're going to let one or both arms hang down. If you need to hold on, hold on. We're going to shift our weight forward, lift the arms up, let your heel on the back foot lift up, and then sweep those arms down and back. You can keep your feet flat on the floor, or you can let your heel lift and then your toe lift. Kind of notice where your edges are. Don't go too fast moving backwards. Find that breath. Two more on this side. Bring everything back together right here at center. Just kind of feel how that felt through the hips and the shoulders. Then we're going to do the other side. One foot forward, the other foot back. Make sure you feel your heels and the balls of your feet. Same thing with those arms. Lift up and forward, and then sweep down and back. Once again, you can keep your feet flat on the floor. I'm doing that now. And shift your weight forward back. Or you could peel the heel up and peel the toes up. Up you go, and down and back. There you go. Find that breath. You're gonna do your best ballerina moves here in the next couple of moves. Last one, forward and then back. Bring those legs together. So next we're gonna turn, I'm gonna turn my chair, but for you, you can turn and hold on to the chair with one hand, but I'm gonna turn my chair so I can continue to face you all. All right, so we're going to take a fairly wide stance and shift weight, bring one leg up and then put it down. Shift into the leg that's closest to the chair, bring the outside leg up and then put it down. And when you put the leg down, I'd like to imagine that you might be stepping on something that's really dainty or what is the word? Like an eggshell. All right, so we want to land with a soft landing. Lift that leg up and then gently put it down. One more, lift it up and then put it down. We're going to turn and do the same thing on the other side. We're going to shift the weight into the leg that's closest to the chair. Bring the other leg up and around and gently put it down. Lift up and around and put it down. Check back in with that breath. And also, how does this side feel compared to the other side? One more. All right, standing directly behind your chair, we're going to take a very wide stance. We're going to let those arms, first we're going to let our knees bend and reach down toward the floor and lift up. And then down we go. Imagine that you're grabbing the air from the floor, lift it up, and then push the air back down. Good. Notice the breath cycle. Might want to coordinate right there. And good. Last one. We did this a few minutes ago. You're going to squiggle your feet together. Heel toe, heel toe. It's a technical term, squiggling. All right. Let's take another wide stance. And you can just let one hand rest on your thigh. Let your knees be soft. Let your hips be soft. Kind of move them around. So we're going to get everything moving. You're going to reach out to one side. And then you're going to let your elbow lead the way as you slice and cut through the air with your pinky leading the way, palm up. Notice I'm rotating way over here. And then we're going to push the other way. Ready? Palm up. Let your elbow lead the way and slice through the air. And then push. And slice. And then push. One more on this side, slice. And then push. I hope you're noticing that we're putting all of those beginning moves that we did while seated into practice in standing. Make any adjustments you need to through your legs, maybe shake it all out. And do the same thing on the other side. We're going to shift our weight and reach out with one arm, palm up, and we're going to slice. And then we're going to push. If you need to hold on, you can hold on to the chair. Slice. and then push. Go ahead and let your body be flexible. As long as there's no pain, you're doing it right. And find that breath. And slice, and then push. Let's do one more. My body says we need to do one more of those. And then push. All right, come on back to center. Bring those feet in, heel, toe, heel, toe, heel, toe. And we're just gonna rock forward and backward on our feet. I like to hold on. This is not a balance challenge right now. This is more about foot bone mobility, and we might be doing a little strengthening for the calves, the lower leg, on the front side and the back side. So as you lift those toes up, letting yourself rock onto your heels, we're working the musculature on the front side of the leg. And as you shift forward into your toes and lift those heels, we're working the muscles on the back side of the leg. Very important to keep these muscles strong and flexible, because as we're walking through the world, we are encountering uneven surfaces. We might even encounter dog toys or cat toys or grandkids' toys or whatever on the floor. And you know, the joints need to be flexible and the muscles need to be strong enough so we can catch ourselves and make sure we navigate and not fall down. So that's really the premise of this class, is to make sure that we stay flexible and strong. All right, so let's go back to seated position, come around. We're gonna cool it down. And just as we did in the beginning of class, we're going to feel the weight of our bodies through our backsides, through our tush, in the chair. Make any adjustments through your body. See if you can align in your mind's eye your shoulders over your hips. Let your head be level. Let your breath move freely. Feel in your body all the warmth and the energy that we've created by moving all those body parts. We're gonna finish with a spinal stretch. So we're gonna let our arms drop down. We'll let our arms lift up to about shoulder level. You're gonna close and cross those arms, giving yourself a hug. Then you're gonna bring your chin down towards your chest. And slowly roll down towards your thighs. Continue rolling down as long as it feels good for your body to do so. Before you roll back up, deliberately engage through your abdominals. Pull your belly in and up. Slowly roll up. One vertebrae or so at a time. Take a nice big deep breath. Notice what arm is crossed on top of the other. As you open those arms and inhale deeply. And then you're going to close and cross with your exhale with the opposite arm on top. Giving yourself another hug, and let's do a little side bend. So you're going to let your right shoulder drop down towards your right hip. And then you're going to kind of lift that left shoulder up, creating a stretch down that side of your body. And then come on back to center. Take a little breath. And then we're going to drop the left shoulder down toward the left hip. And then lift the right shoulder up just a little bit to increase the stretch through those ribs. And then come back to center. Let's inhale those arms open. And down we go. Good. So about, well, it's been over a year now, but toward the end of the teaching season before COVID hit, I started adding at the end of my classes an integration time, just a minute or two for us to just close our eyes and let our bodies be still. To let all of the new information that you might have gathered from those movements, letting your body and your mind, your brain, interpret those new movement patterns and figure out what to do with them. And hopefully, doing these types of exercises on a regular basis will help to retrain your brain and your body to become more connected and overall better flexibility and range of motion, and hopefully less likely to fall. All right, that's it. Thank you very much. Thank you for joining me, and it would be a pleasure to meet you in person once we are able to meet in person. And I hope you all had a good time, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your day. Thanks.
Thanks, Morgan.
Bye. Drink some water too.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for putting up with our technical difficulties.
Oh yeah, this is my first Zoom teaching. I've only had a couple of Zoom meetings with some friends, so it was a little weird, but I think we all survived. So
you did great. Thank you so much.
All right, thanks. All right, bye.
Bye. So that is Morgan Posey, and she teaches our fall prevention class. And those classes are held Tuesday, Thursday. It's actually a 2-day class, and it's from 11 to 11:30. And she is currently actually teaching that in person outside, taking place at the Reed and Grant Sports Complex. It's a new complex that has just opened. So that is outdoors, but when we are back open, she'll be moving back inside here at the senior center. So again, that's Morgan Posey teaching our fall prevention class. Let's see, so next up, we have a little bit of a break. So stretch your legs or get some water, or if you already need a little snack, grab something. But we will start again at 1:15, and that is going to be our last mini wellness workshop, and that's going to be with instructor Chris Becker, and it's going to be our mindful meditation. So feel free to check out our virtual booths if you want to, and we'll see you back in about just a little under 15 minutes. I think we've got a little slide with an activity on it if you want something to do in the meantime. So it's a picture puzzler. So get your thinking cap on. Okay, welcome back, everybody. Did anybody do the picture puzzler? Did you get wondering if anybody doing little brain teasers? We are going to be starting our last wellness workshop with our instructor, Chris Becker. And Chris is joining us to lead us in mindful meditation. So let's see, we are going to, Chris, I'm going to ask you to unmute yourself. There you go. Now it looks like you've got the stage. It's all yours. Thank you for being here.
You're very welcome, and it's a pleasure to be here. Everybody can hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, good. Yeah, so I have a half an hour, as I understand it, right? So again, thanks for joining. And let's see, I don't know if Jennifer or Mallory mentioned that we do a regular meditation on Tuesday mornings, just a little advertisement for that at 10:15 in the morning. And let me invite you to join us any Tuesday. Let's see, I think for half an hour, and this is an introduction, so I'm sure there's some here out in Zoom land that are experienced and some who are not. And so I should say a few words for those who are not experienced in mindfulness meditation. I guess, okay, so let's see, what should I do? What should I tell you? First, it's simple. Second, it's easy. And three, anybody can do it. All you have to do is be a human being. So everybody's qualified. And let's see. So mindfulness meditation, let's take those two words and separate them for just a moment. Let's talk about mindfulness. Mindfulness is being aware without judging or reacting. So it's kind of using your power of observation, and it can be a relaxed observation. You don't have to be intense and focused, just really being aware. It could be with our eyes, it could be with any of our senses, just smelling or feeling. Just being aware, but without judging. I think that's the key thing. We spend a lot, we being like most human beings, spend a lot of our day and our energy judging things. We don't maybe think about it that way, but this is good and that's bad. I'd rather be over here, and not, oh, I'd like to go there. And we tend to see the world that way, and that kind of actually puts ourselves in a little box. And so when we observe and we don't judge, this is good and that's bad, it actually becomes a kind of a freeing experience. And it manifests, that freeing experience tends to manifest in a healthy way. It tends to relax our nervous system and physical health, physical and mental health. It's all one thing, really. And but you can notice it if you practice it just by you start to feel. If a lot of people feel some sort of anxiety, maybe a lot, some a little, maybe in some situations, maybe all day long. And so it can be helpful for relaxing and being more healthy and in just enjoying life. And so a common example is somebody's eating an apple. And if we're thinking about all kinds of things, we don't taste the apple. So mindfulness is pretty simple, just taste the apple. So that's a quick introduction to mindfulness meditation. And so the other word is meditation. And so really that just means a kind of a dedicated time where we spend really practicing mindfulness, because otherwise it's easy to forget, get back to old habits. So meditation is just a time where we really set aside to practice the principles of mindfulness, again, observing without judging and reacting. And that could be for 1 minute, it could be for 1 hour, it could be for whatever you like, it could be once a day, it could be 2 times a day. we like to do on Tuesday morning, we usually do about a half an hour. And that's sometimes there's always somebody wants it shorter, somebody wants it longer, but that's sort of a sweet spot. And we'll do a little shorter today, just given the nature of the day, given I'll talk more than I usually do talk on Tuesday, but we want to set aside some time here to actually do some meditation. So part of getting ourselves ready for meditation is how we prepare our body. And again, it's very simple. What I encourage people to do if if you have like a really bad back or something, you can do this lying down, but otherwise I encourage people to sit up. And we have a saying to sit proudly. So imagine you're the king or queen of the country, and the people are coming to visit you and give you gifts and ask you favors and whatever. So you want to be proud. That doesn't mean you want to, sit like you're, in a straitjacket, but you want to be sitting up nice and straight spine, straight in a natural way, straight, not perfectly straight. Nobody has that. Straight spine helps you be clear, helps your mind be sharper. And mindfulness meditation is really more about waking up than it is about going to sleep. So a nice posture helps in clearing our minds. And then also we want to be, again, good posture, but relaxed and comfortable. If you're not comfortable, then adjust your posture. Do something, whatever, so you get more comfortable. If you're not comfortable, it's pretty hard to meditate, really. And also during the period of meditation, if you find that you need to move because you're not so comfortable, or you got an itch or something, that's okay. Just try to return to a quiet state. Okay, so a key thing is another thing I recommend, if you can, is have your feet flat on the ground. That helps literally ground us. That's an expression. It's a good expression. Literally ground us, and let the earth support us. Let the chair support you also. So I think that's part of the message here. The earth and the chair is supporting you, and we support each other. And then the other big part of support is our breath, because without the air, hey, we're not breathing, we're not living. So it's all the world that helps breathe, and we are supported by all the plants that give us oxygen, and that's a way that we're connected directly to the world. We're not separate. So we're going to use it's helpful to use a object of meditation. And the most common object people use is the breath. Pretty obvious, right? It's always there. It's natural, it's soothing, it's calming. Some people look at a candle, or they look at the cup over on the table. You can do that, but most people use the breath, but they don't look with their eyes. What we'll do together is feel the breath. So we say we'll watch the breath. Watches not with our eyes, is watches with our senses, our body senses. We're going to watch the breath. So we like to breathe in a relaxed, natural way. We don't want to, there's all kinds of breath yogas and whatnot, and they have their place, but this is not what we're going to do. We're just going to be very easy and natural in our breathing. And we like to breathe, a natural breath is what we call belly breathing, or from diaphragm, if you want to be a little more medical about it. So what that means is rather than some people who have a lot of tension, they'll be actually breathing up. I don't know if you can see me breathing up in their chest. We want most of the motion of our body when we breathe to be in the lower belly. And so, in fact, even really low belly is good. So one thing I maybe encourage you to do right now is to put your hand, maybe your left hand, could be your right, whatever. Put your left hand down and over your lower belly, like maybe, your palm or your thumb or somewhere around there over your navel. So lower belly. And just to take a moment here, I'll be quiet for just a little bit and just find out where your motion is when you're breathing. Most of the motion, it would be good if you can try to bring it to the lower belly, maybe middle, a little bit higher, a few inches higher. That might be comfortable too, but not chest breathing, but low belly breathing. So take a moment, locate where that motion is for you. And hopefully already you may be a little more relaxed. Just a few seconds of doing that could be helpful. Okay, so that's pretty much it with the body, mostly your arms and your hands. Let gravity take care of them. So you can put your hands in your lap or on your thighs, wherever is comfortable. And what we want to do is let the muscles relax, take the tension. Let the earth support us, the chair support us, let gravity help us and bring us into a relaxed state with good posture. Now, we're getting closer to actually starting. This takes a little longer than what we usually do on Tuesday morning, but that's okay. So now I'd like to encourage you to close your eyes, if that's comfortable. A lot of people that works well. Some people it makes them uncomfortable to close their eyes, and that's okay too. If that's the case, then keep your eyes maybe over a soft focus. I wouldn't use the computer screen. I would look off to the side at whatever is nearby. A wall is good, something kind of nondescript, but otherwise, I encourage you to close your eyes now. And we're going to get started here in just a second. We're going to use natural breath so we don't really make noise just because that's normal. We don't make noise when we're breathing in a natural, healthy way. We breathe through our nose. So you can close your lips, but don't have any tension in your jaw. You want to let your jaw be relaxed. And the basic thing during the mindfulness meditation is to pay attention, and pay attention. And I'm going to give you just a little bit of what we call a guided meditation. I'll talk for a little bit more as we get started. And then we'll meditate for maybe, I got to watch the clock here, make sure we stay on time. 10 or 15 minutes, I'll watch it. So it's be a short meditation. And right a little bit before the end of it, I'll come in and speak a little bit more. And then we'll end it. I'll tell you when we're ready to end it. So again, settling in, eyes closed, body relaxed. Bringing your attention to your breathing, just the motion, the natural motion of your tummy as it goes in and out. Out with the inhale and in with the exhale. Now, if you're like most people, what will happen as you're focusing your attention on your breath is your mind at some point may want to wander away. And I want to assure you that that is 100% normal and nothing at all wrong with that. And part of meditation is, an important part of meditation is when we realize when our mind has been wandering away. It could be anything. We forgot to buy something at the grocery store. Could be something somebody said to us and made us mad. Could be some sadness in our life. Could be anything. And that's okay. And when we realize, oh, I'm thinking about X, whatever that is, you know, oh yeah, I was thinking about X. And then I can think about that later if I want. Right now, I'm going to choose to go back and pay attention to my breath. Back to the motion of our abdomen gently moving in and out with our natural breathing. So just keep your attention on your breath as best you can. And over again, maybe the mind wanders, you return, the mind wanders again, you return. Over and over again, that's perfectly fine and perfectly healthy. So settling in again. I'm going to give us about 10 minutes. So in just a couple minutes guiding in, and then I'm going to be quiet for 8 or so minutes. So feel your body in the chair, your feet on the ground, your hands relaxed, getting quieter. And for a moment, bring your attention now to the very tip top of your head, the crown of your head. There's some scalp muscles up there. Let those muscles relax. Let the very top of your head relax. And let that relaxation then just gently flow down your head, covering your whole head and your face. All those facial muscles we make expressions with, let them all relax. Let the jaw relax, the brow relax. And then let that relaxation continue down your neck to your shoulders. A lot of times people are carrying tension in their shoulders. Let the gravity take care of them. Let them relax. And then let the arms and the forearms and the hands and the fingers relax. And the torso relax, the back. You can feel your back against the chair if you happen to be leaning against the chair or connecting. And the tummy relaxing. And a nice natural breathing. However your body wants to do it, that's exactly the right way. And then relaxation flowing down our sit bones, the thighs, and the calves, and then down to the feet, and all the way to the toes. As we continue now, bringing our attention to our breathing. Natural breathing. And when mind wanders, that's okay. Then just remember, bring it back as we pay attention to our breathing. and I'll be quiet for a little bit. Okay, so slowly, don't open your eyes yet. Let me ask you to please take another minute and slowly come in. And maybe when you heard my voice, you might ask yourself, was I watching my breath, or maybe my mind had wandered? It's just a kind of awareness check, an attention check, see what's happening. And you can slowly open your eyes. Maybe I tend to like to not open my eyes directly on the computer screen. It's a little rough on the nervous system. I like to maybe look around the room for a few seconds before I bring my eyes back to the computer. And then even if you think, oh, nothing happened, or maybe you think, oh, wow, that was wonderful, whatever. Chances are, yeah, something was happening, and you want to be gentle with yourself as you end your meditation. Um, so coming out, like I just said, with your eyes, but also, let's say you're ready to go do another activity, whether it be reading or you're going to get up and you're going to walk the dog or whatever it is. I'd like to recommend people to get up slowly from their chairs when they do. Our body, sometimes it settles in a quiet way, and we want to be gentle with it to bring it back into activity. So that's a good way to end the meditation, is in a gentle, slow way. So I know we don't have much time. Yeah, I see, looks like just a couple of minutes maybe. I don't know if you want to open up for any quick questions or we can wrap up. Jennifer, what would you like?
I think if anybody has questions, we've been using the chat feature so people can put their questions there, and then that way we can answer and provide information so everyone can see it. But thank you so much. I appreciate that. As I'm listening, it's like, that calm feeling. So I've been able to sit in on one of your sessions before, and it was really enjoyable. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh, my pleasure. And again, my little advertisement, if you can, if you want, Tuesday mornings at 10:15, please join us.
Register through the front desk. It's free, and we will send you the Zoom link.
That's right.
Just real quick from the chat, Chris, one person was asking what to do if head wants to fall forward or down. And then Alma said it felt good to just relax and do nothing. It was nice to just sit and be still.
Oh, great. Well, the last one was a nice statement. The question about the head is use your muscles. Keep it up. Keep your head straight ahead, not up, not down or sideways. If you notice, that's normal, especially if you get a little tired. People tend to slump a little bit and the head comes down. When you notice that, just gently bring it up. It's actually easier on your body to have it straight. If you bend it or have it down, there's more tension on the muscles. They have to work harder. Thank you.
And last message from the chat. Thank you for this time of peace and tranquility.
My pleasure.
I see some thumbs up. So that's great. Yes, look at that. Awesome. Thank you so much. Yeah, don't forget, you can find out more information in our Senior Center newsletter. That's always listed. Chris's class is there. So registration is required, but this is a free class. So we just have everyone register, and that way right now it is via Zoom. So you will get the Zoom link when you register. And then when we reopen, then hopefully Chris will be joining us back inside and we'll continue with our mindful meditation. So thanks, everybody. We hope that you enjoyed today's festivities, and we appreciate you taking the time to be with us as we are celebrating Older Americans Month in the month of May. All of the workshops that you attended today, like we said, they are available through the Senior Center. And so you can look for our monthly newsletter, or you can just go to our Senior Center page on the Parks and Rec website. So everything is there. If you didn't get a chance to visit the community partner virtual booths, the links will be live through the end of June. So we want to give people plenty of time to peruse and look, take notes and print flyers if you need to. And if you want to share that santaclaraca.gov/health and wellness link, you can share that with friends and family, and they can see all the great things, great resources that are available to our older adults in the community. And if you have any questions regarding any of our community partners, you can give Mallory a call at the Senior Center. And the Senior Center phone number is 408-615-3170. We're going to put up a slide at the end with all of our contact information. And that way you guys don't have to frantically oh, look at that, just like magic. So you don't have to frantically write anything down. And then for those of you that were one of our first 50 registrants for this event, you will be receiving your Be Strong swag bag in the mail next week. So we are going to mail those out to you. So be looking in your mailboxes. So they are coming to you. And we just wanted to say thank you again for joining us, and we hope to see you guys soon. So thank you so much.
I'm ending the meeting for all.